In today's episode, an ancient world ablaze. Gates slam shut, fate ignites, and empires clash as history explodes.
In 1603, Tokugawa Ieyasu is officially declared the supreme shogun of Japan. The military government, or bakufu, establishes its new capital in the fishing village of Edo. This strategic move shifts the country's political center away from the imperial court in Kyoto. Ieyasu works tirelessly to bring order to a nation devastated by generations of civil war. Daimyo lords across the provinces are forced to pledge absolute loyalty to the new regime. Yet the rival Toyotomi clan still gathers strength behind the walls of Osaka Castle. In 1614, Tokugawa forces launch a massive military campaign to destroy this final threat. The brutal siege ends with the complete eradication of the Toyotomi line in 1615. With peace secured, the Tokugawa dynasty begins its long, undisputed rule over the land. The shogunate issues the Buke Shohato to strictly regulate the actions of samurai lords. The Sankin Kotai system is established, forcing daimyo to travel to Edo every other year. This clever hostage system drains the wealth of regional lords to prevent rebellion. As the bakufu tightens its grip, the spread of foreign Christianity becomes a major concern. Christian missionaries are systematically banned and expelled from the country to maintain ideological purity. Tokugawa Hidetada succeeds his father as shogun, continuing the harsh consolidation of power. Under his rule, domestic trade routes are fortified and heavily monitored by secret police. The rigid class structure is set, dividing society strictly into samurai, peasants, artisans, and merchants. This strict social hierarchy ensures complete stability and prevents any upward social mobility. Third shogun, Tokugawa Ieyasu, implements aggressive policies to isolate Japan from foreign influence. In 1637, Christian peasants in the south launched the massive Shimabara Rebellion over high taxes. Shogunate forces crushed the uprising ruthlessly, sealing the fate of Christianity in Japan. The famous Sakoku edicts are issued, completely closing Japan's borders to the outside world. Japanese citizens are forbidden from leaving the country under penalty of immediate death. Portuguese traders are permanently expelled, ending their long monopoly on European goods. Only Dutch merchants are allowed to remain, isolated on the tiny artificial island of Deshima. Chinese traders are also granted limited, heavily monitored access to the southern port of Nagasaki. The closed country policy begins, focusing the nation's energy entirely on its internal affairs. Decades of uninterrupted peace spark an incredible explosion of domestic trade and agriculture. A wealthy and influential merchant class rises in the booming streets of Osaka and Edo. The Genroku era begins, marking a glittering golden age of urban culture and leisure. Ukiyo-e woodblock prints emerge, capturing the vibrant fashion and beauty of the floating world. Stylized kabuki theater and puppet plays become immensely popular among the middle classes. Matsuo Basho travels the country, transforming haiku into a refined and profound poetic art. Shogun Tokugawa Tsuneyoshi enacts bizarre laws protecting dogs and other animals from harm. In 1701,
the legendary incident of the 47 Ronin transpires in the capital. Their ultimate act of loyalty and sacrifice cements the Bushido Code in the national consciousness.
By the early 18th century, rampant inflation begins to threaten the shogunate's economy. Tokugawa Yoshimune becomes the 8th shogun and immediately launches the sweeping Kyoho reforms. He promotes strict financial frugality and encourages samurai to return to simple, martial lifestyles. New agricultural land is reclaimed, significantly boosting national rice production to stabilize prices. Yoshimune lifts the ban on non-religious foreign books, introducing Western science to scholars. The study of Dutch texts, known as Rangaku, revolutionizes medicine and astronomy in Japan. A special suggestion box is placed at Edo Castle to hear the commoners' direct complaints. Despite these achievements, currency devaluations cause growing economic anxiety across the rural provinces. The Kyoho reforms temporarily save the state treasury, but fail to resolve deep systemic issues.
The late 18th century is plagued by severe weather patterns and agricultural decline. In 1783, Mount Asama erupts violently, raining volcanic ash over vital farming regions. The devastating Great Tenmei Famine begins, causing widespread starvation and massive population loss. Desperate peasants lead violent uprisings, attacking the storehouses of wealthy rice merchants. Senior counselor Tanuma Okitsugu tries to modernize the economy by taxing commercial guilds. His unconventional reforms are heavily criticized and trigger widespread rumors of government corruption. Angry urban riots erupt in Edo, showing the public's deep frustration with the ruling elite. Okitsugu is eventually removed from office as the shogunate struggles to restore public order. The long-standing stability of the Tokugawa regime faces its most challenging crisis yet.
Matsuda-ra Sadanobu takes control, launching the highly conservative Kansei reforms to restore order. He reinforces traditional Neo-Confucianism and suppresses any unorthodox philosophical ideas in academies. Frugality is enforced once again, and peasant debts to urban merchants are cancelled. Foreign threats appear on the northern horizon as Russian vessels explore the coasts of Hokkaido. The Bakufu quickly orders the construction of new coastal defenses to repel these outsiders. Despite the foreign pressure, Sadanobu adamantly refuses to open Japan's borders for trade. Scholars continue to study smuggled Western books, warning of Europe's superior military power. The domestic economy temporarily stabilizes, but deep social divisions continue to fester underneath. Samurai remain deeply impoverished, while merchants grow wealthier and more influential than ever.
The early 19th century brings a dramatic rise in crop failures and peasant rebellions. In 1837, former official Oshio Heihachiro leads a violent uprising in the city of Osaka. This unexpected rebellion by a samurai class member deeply shocks the fragile shogunate. Mizuno Tarakuni attempts to salvage the regime through the highly unpopular tempo reforms. He enforces extreme price controls, bans luxury items, and restricts internal peasant migration. These desperate measures fail completely and trigger massive protests from all social classes. Meanwhile, foreign whaling ships are spotted regularly off the shores of mainland Japan. The shogunate responds by issuing strict orders to fire upon any foreign vessels approaching. Domestic scholars warn that isolated Japan cannot defend itself against modern Western technology.
In July 1853, Commodore Matthew Perry sails 4 heavily armed American warships into Uraga Harbor. These steam-powered black ships stun the Japanese public with their immense size and weaponry. Perry presents an official letter demanding that Japan open its ports to American trade. The shogunate, paralyzed by indecision, breaks tradition by asking regional daimyo for advice. Perry returns in 1854 with an even larger fleet, demanding a formal treaty. Realizing their military weakness, the shogunate signs the historic Treaty of Kanagawa. The ports of Shimoda and Hakodate are opened, ending centuries of absolute isolation. Diplomat Townsend Harris arrives soon after to negotiate a comprehensive and unequal commercial treaty. This capitulation triggers intense anger among nationalist samurai who rally around the emperor.
A powerful political movement arises under the slogan, "Revere the Emperor, expel the barbarian." Radical samurai, known as shishi, carry out assassinations of foreigners and moderate bakufu officials. The powerful southern domains of Satsuma and Choshu secretly plan to overthrow the shogunate. In 1866, these former rivals sign an alliance to unite their modern military forces. The final shogun, Tokugawa Yoshinobu, takes office and attempts desperate administrative reforms. To avoid a disastrous civil war, Yoshinobu voluntarily returns political power to the emperor. Disgruntled shogunate loyalists refuse to surrender, sparking the violent outbreak of the Boshin War. Imperial forces, equipped with modern Western firearms, decisively defeat the traditional Tokugawa armies. In 1868, the young Emperor Meiji enters Tokyo, officially ending the Tokugawa Shogunate forever.